Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports. Hopefully the sound is all working well. I actually lost a glove, so I'm only holding one glove here. Trying to figure out where the other glove possibly went. But what we're going to be doing is jumping into some Assetto Corsa Competizione in our motion rig with the monitor that we have and everything, and our parting piece now, the Accuforce direct drive, the Accuforce V2 Pro that we just installed and got working. We've been doing a little bit of testing anytime I had time. Well, I say we, but it's I've been doing a little bit of testing, but in the office here, I mean, our office was like a wreck, you know. So me and my wife kind of went through and we cleaned up the office. We got everything organized again because there was just boxes everywhere, and I had to pull part of this the motion rig out to get behind it to insert the install the control box and everything like that, because there was a certain way I wanted to do it, so that way it was, you know, clean and whatnot, not just thrown in there. I wanted it a certain way. So the office here was kind of a wreck, so me and my wife had to kind of get it all back and organized, so we finally did. So we didn't really have much time, or I didn't really have much time to test this. We did jump into a few like iRacing cars, Assetto Corsa, kind of got a feel for it a little bit. But yeah, we're right now we're all gonna watch as we jump into Assetto Corsa Competizione with this car here. Fabiano Lima, have a good stream, man. Good luck. He's actually going to be jumping into the Daytona 24 hours in about 4 hours, I guess he said. So they're testing nonstop, him and his team. So that's crazy. Good luck, man. I wish the best to you. Norman Robinson, you missed the live unboxing. Hey, I could have sworn I saw you in there. Probably it was later on in the stream. Ron, how's it going, man? Looks like people are starting to join in. Thank you so much for joining in. This is gonna be fun. I found the glove. Can I reach the glove? There we go. Whew. I want to protect this alcantara here as much as possible. This quick release is so freaking awesome. I absolutely love this style quick release. If you have a Fanatec wheel or anything like that, you would appreciate this, because this quick release, it either pops on almost immediately, or when you go and you push these two here to pop the wheel off, the darn thing almost jumps out at you. It's so smooth and so beautiful, so refined of a quick release. I would definitely pay, because at first, you know, when I was going to do the conversion kit for the McLaren GT3 wheel, that we didn't do that yet, but I've been trying to source parts for it, quick releases and stuff like that. I was a little like, you know, drawn back a little bit by how much the quick release costs just by itself. Now I see why. This thing is an engineering, beautiful piece of machinery. I love it. I absolutely love it. If you have a Fanatec wheel, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you ever try this quick release, it's like, oh man, whoo, that was nice. Hey man. Norman, yep. I had to somewhat get to your standard. You have a crazy direct drive wheel. Paul Stoker, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well as well. All right, so let's get this wheel on. Actually, let's change the view here. Oh, for some reason, the camera. Oh, I see what happened. There was a weird delay on that. Let me take that delay off. I see what happened there. I'm glad I caught that now. Let's make sure the delay is off. Looks like there's still a delay on it. Hopefully I don't have to restart OBS. I don't think so. Never had to do that before. There we go. All right, so we got the delay off. Boom. Okay. So you can see the wheel here. It's already in the in position as far as the quick release is concerned. You just push it on, and then you hold the collar to make sure it clicked in, but it clicked in immediately. You guys heard that there. And there you go. You are ready to go at that point, and it's solid. If you go to pop it off, literally look at this. There's no, like sometimes when you get your BMW wheel on there and you have to pull the collar back and kind of yank the wheel really hard and kind of get stuck on the output shaft. This one here, look at that. Look how smooth that was. I mean, there was, I can't depress it really well with one hand, but it just falls right off. It is so smooth. I really love this quick release. And I know this is like an automotive grade quick release. You could buy it for, you know, your car if your car has a quick release or anything like that. Joe Church, Sim Commander, treat you okay? It's a lot to learn. I'm still learning. We still have a lot to learn. A lot of you guys are helping me out. I know a lot of you reached out, and I greatly appreciate all the tips I can get. Someone sent me information on their presets that they have uploaded, and I guess they had Accuforce since Accuforce V1, so they have a lot of experience. So we're trying some of those. It's been just an overwhelming sort of wealth of knowledge that we've been getting, and I greatly appreciate it. The Owners Club, the forums have been really cool. I don't think anyone on there knows me, so I'm just going on there as like a normal user, and it's really cool that a lot of people are so helpful to each other. Yep. All right, so let's load up the title. You can see here we don't have anything running. Let's get. Maybe I should have considered not putting my belt on first. Let's see, ACC Competizione. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. We launch it from. We launch it from directly within Sim Commander. I don't know how I almost managed to forget that one. And hopefully there's enough light, because I forgot to turn on our office light here. Okay. Up. And we did get a new 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch adapter for our Sennheiser headphones. So now in iRacing I should be able to hear. I tested it. That was one of the things I wanted to test also. I should be able to hear the crew chief's calls just fine now. Here, actually, let's get these wires up. If it tweaks the headset, let me know. Try to get these wires up and above this ear cup. Might tweak the headset. Hopefully it does not. Let's see. Could actually. I think that's actually pretty cool. All right. So first thing we need to do is we actually need to read the privacy policy in the following link. I have not seen that. It already mapped it. Wow. That's interesting. It didn't already map my Fanatec. Another thing I noticed too is a lot of you guys know we were having issues in Project Cars 2 with our shifter being mapped and weird things with the paddle shifters. Since we got the Accuforce on and we have everything separate, a lot of those issues, actually all of them, are gone in Project Cars 2. And I don't know if it's because it's reading everything separately instead of just through the wheel. So yeah, everything has been really good there. If I remember correctly, I think on this profile that we're using, it said instructions were to take road effects. It said also to kick up as well. I'm only going to kick that to 50. All right. So we're using a profile from somebody. And there we go. So let's go into, let's go to quick play. Actually, you know what? Let's go to, yeah, we'll do this like a practice session. Now that we actually can hear anything. That was weird. For a little bit, couldn't hear nothing. So, let's see what other circuits we have here, because now they have their next big update that just happened. The one thing that I don't like about this box so far is that we don't get any sort of D-pad. So that's the only thing so far. Because, like, I can't scroll with my mouse as I'm trying to right now. So I got to try to drag my keyboard over here. Now, I have a wireless keyboard, but that's to the streaming computer, so I guess I need to get another one. So we got Zolder now. Let's give Zolder a try. Now, we don't have a lot of experience at Zolder. And we're going to try the new Jaguar. Let's see what type of liveries we have here with this car. And it looks like it's just that one. Okay, we do have different numbered vehicles with... Okay, so I changes the livery a little bit. You have some front lights or... I like the front lights. Okay. Adrian Zog kind of looks like he could be my cousin, so we'll go with that one. And I'm not really getting any controls through the wheel, so we're just gonna have to use the keyboard. That's okay. You're gonna notice some flickering on the panel. It's because we're trying and we're testing out the FreeSync, the FreeSync control that they now have with well, the FreeSync support that they now have with Mr. Me. How you doing, buddy? Anyway, the FreeSync support that they now have with my brain would work here with GeForce cards. So we're testing that, and I noticed in menus specifically, we are getting some flickering. Now on gameplay, it's kind of like hit and miss. Sometimes you get a slight little flicker here and there. Sometimes you don't. You know what? We didn't turn our dash display on. So let's see if we can do that real quick. There we go. Okay, so it's allowing me to do that.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Alright, so it doesn't look like it's connecting. Let's try that one more time with the dash. I don't think this has changed at all. Ah, the IP has changed. That's one thing with these tablets. Sometimes that happens. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so we got the dash display working now. That was pretty quick. Pretty quick fix. Let's get chat up over here. Yeah, so no, this monitor is not on the supported list, and the flickering we're getting on the CHG90 is really minor, if at all. Like Assetto Corsa, iRacing, I'm not really noticing it too much. It's the first time we're trying it with Assetto Corsa Competizione, and we're not really noticing much except in the loading screens. And that seems to be pretty darn common with a lot of these titles here. Let's adjust this camera up just a hair. There we go. A lot of these titles in the loading menu, it seems to then flicker. Getting a little bit of flickering on here. Not enough that would cause me concern or really ruin gameplay for me. Some people may be more sensitive to it than others. Really cold tires. Deep blue on the tires, especially the right side. So I'm having to go through and really remember this circuit, but at the same time, these tires are deep blue, so we were really going to have to make sure we're careful. Nice little warm up. Hopefully the stream looks good as well. We went through and actually got a new internet plan that tripled our upload rate as far as our data speeds. They were pretty bad. Kudos to Fanatec too, or Fanatec. Their standalone service for, you know, their controls for their shifter and their pedals are really cool, and I didn't have to download any more software. It just was there when I plugged them in standalone. And it worked really well. Yes, I am. I'm using a separate streaming PC. For, you know, studying and everything like that, because she's actually in school right now. And it's a lot of my last Ryzen parts that we had, Ryzen 1st gen, and she has a 1050 Ti. So I figured, you know, why not? If she's not using it, we could use it for streaming. When she is using it, and we're on here, we just stream off of my PC. So far, I'm really liking the feel of this car. I'm really liking the looks, the details, the sound. The sound is just beautiful. Zolder circuit's very tight. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. Ah, we're going right off. I'm going to have to practice this a little bit more, and then we're gonna jump in with some cars. Honestly, I learn circuits better racing against AI on a circuit than I do running by myself. The smoothness of this wheel is incredible. One thing to keep in mind, and I don't know if this is the case with all direct drive wheels, I would like to try more to really get an idea. when the wheel is off and you turn it, you do feel like I don't know if it's a notchiness or what, but you do feel the mechanics of the wheel turning. It's not just, oh, we went right off. It's not perfectly smooth there when the wheel is off and powered off. When it's on, you're not in sim. Kind of same thing. It's not like buttery smooth. I don't know if it depends on what motor you get. But, you know, let's start heading back to pits. Right after this one here. But when you're in the title, when you're in the sim, this thing is unlike anything else, truly, that I have ever tried. Really hard on the brakes there. There we go. These sections are so tight. All right, there we go. All right. So let's go out and let's see if we could adjust this. Not the field of view. We're not going to adjust the field of view because obviously I like the field of view where it is. That's where it should be. But we're going to pull this back just a hair. This is just the seat position. The FOV is not changing, so the outer world dimensions and everything are pretty much the same. We're going to save that for this car because we have adjusted that in all the other cars, the seat position. And let's see if we could also, I don't know if we can. Let's see, texture, mirror, quality. I haven't really seen and it might be there, a control yet for shutting off the driver's arms. Let's see, it might be under HUD. Driver's names. Higher app, speed units. Not seeing it. Maybe in the main. Let's see. Frank Zappa, how you doing? Pavel? So, so far, you're asking, Pavel is asking, how's the Accuforce compared to the CSW V2.5 that we have? It is a whole nother level. It's now, not to say that the V2.5 is a bad wheelbase or anything like that. That is a beautiful wheelbase that works really well. What makes the Accuforce amazing is not only the strength of it, and it really comes into tuning that you start noticing, and when you learn how to tune it, that you really start noticing how strong this wheel is. But when you pull back the strength a little bit, because if you think of the strength of the wheelbase as overall volume, and if you think of force feedback in terms of sound signature, because it clips, it does clip. If you pull back the volume a little bit where the wheelbase itself won't clip, but you're still able to raise all those little nuances of road bumps and road texture and what the car is doing and everything like that, you're able to raise that up. That ceiling is now so much higher. You could feel so much more. And because it's so darn smooth in comparison, it's absolutely amazing. Right now, yes. I think it's well worth it, without a doubt. Without a doubt. For base to base, it's only a few $100s more. So if you do like the not the full DIY, the one where the base comes together but they don't give you a steering wheel, base to base, it's only a few $100 difference. I mean, they're both really expensive. That's the thing. They're both really expensive still, but in the grand scheme of things, yes, without a doubt. And I actually like this wheel expensive as like this is. You know what I mean? Because the button box and the paddles and the quick release are all I think like, no, I think the button box is like $3.99 and then you got to do the quick release. So maybe this option's a little bit more, but you know, some of their wheels are $3.99, so you're not really talking a humongous worlds of difference as far as price goes. I do enjoy this though. The exposed carbon fiber is like my weak spot here, and there's a lot of it that matches each other. It's just really, really, it's really nice. The wheel itself, I know can be had on eBay. You know what I mean? So I know there's many companies that make this type of wheel. But as a Alcantara owner, and as far as other wheels and some of my cars have it and everything like that, I had some things custom upholstered in it in some of my past cars. This is just as good, and I really enjoy it. I like the buttons. I like the customizability of the paddle placement and everything like that. We still haven't gotten into that yet, but you can do it. As far as the placement and everything right now, I feel like it fits my hand pretty well as far as the paddles go. But we're going to look into that a little bit more. Is anyone else experiencing that stream freezing every 4 to 5 seconds? That is a pretty big deal. I hope that's not happening for anyone else. Kind of stinks that that's happening for you. Let's see, I want to... Hey, how's it going, buddy? So the stream keeps freezing. I wonder if it's... Yeah, I got green light on streaming on both my ends. I wonder if it's because I have the encoder too high for you guys. What I hope is not... No, so there are other rims that they sell. I don't know if they're in the works for like an F1 option, but you can buy the button box and kind of fit it to any rim you want to. Or you could use your own custom button box. There's other third-party wheels because there's a USB port here on the side that, you know, a lot of custom solutions will just plug right into. So, specs of the PC. So this one here, we have a Ryzen 2700X with a 1080 Ti. 16 gigabytes of RAM. The CPU is overclocked just slightly. And the GPU, it does, you know, 10 series graphics cards do a self-overclock. If you set the power limit and temperature limit up, they will overclock themselves. And then on our streaming PC, we have a Ryzen 1700X with a 1050 Ti graphics card. No streaming where you are. Okay, stream is fine now. Interesting. I don't know. I'm thinking we might lower the bitrate down a little bit. I'm watching like a playback of the stream here, and I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. Because I do have the bitrate set higher than we ever have because of our new internet plan that we have. So I'm hoping that at least the video playback of this is not going to be All right, so we're going to continue. If it happens again, guys, let me know. What I'll do is I'll lower the bit rate a little bit, and maybe that'll clear things up. Maybe it won't buffer as much, okay? Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to continue on. Now we're going to do a race at Zolder with the new Jaguar, Emilfray Jaguar G3. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I think I'm kind of butchering the heck out of that name. Let's see. Let's change this over so you could all see. Oh, I already had it changed over so you all can see what's going on. All right, quick race. Actually, let's do sprint race weekend. We'll do two practice sessions, and then 2 qualifying sessions. And then race is going to be, we'll do 2 30-minute race. Yeah, 2 30-minute races. Starting position is going to be qualifying, depending on how I qualify. And yeah, we'll do that. Opponent number, definitely going to be more than 10. We want more like 90, but they don't give us that option. I think 20 is the max. And opponent skill, leave that on 90. Aggressiveness, we'll leave that on 80. All right, so the car that we're going to use, of course, is going to be that new Jag. And I do like the number. It's smooth so far. Good deal. Paul Stoker, yeah, I know. I'm just making sure because we changed so much, and I greatly appreciate you letting me know. The one thing that is kind of nice for me to realize is that we don't have, oh, I can't choose the other car here, probably because we're racing in daytime. It's not giving me the option. Interesting. Okay. Very weird. It's not giving me the other option at all. So hopefully this one doesn't feel too weird. Actually, and I also want to increase the road bump feel. But yeah, being that we changed so much, I don't want there to be an issue as far as anything is concerned. Let's see. I want to see if there's a way to turn off the steering wheel, because I'm not seeing one. Language, video, motion blur, lock to horizon. I'm not seeing one, guys, and I apologize. It's kind of annoying to see your wheel and then another wheel behind it. Virtual mirror, proximity indicators. Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. Personally, I think it's better on PC, but that's just me. I understand the console thing, and I have consoles, and I like console for the simple aspect of you could just jump in and go. You don't have the issue with updates, crashing, freezing, and everything like that. So, you know, there's an argument for both. All right, so let's start the session. We're doing the sprint race weekend. Jerry Clark, straighten those. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Let's see. See, but now it doesn't feel straight to me. Now this one's loose, and this one's kind of way too tight. But, oh man, I don't know if I can be like that. your OCD is doing overtime. That would be me. I remember back in school, this is annoying me that we're going to have that steering wheel over underneath ours, but hopefully that doesn't bother you guys too much.
Alright, here we go. Go, go, go.
That used to bother me, like in school, when a teacher would erase a chalkboard and leave like part of it. Oh, we didn't increase. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if we could go to option. Well, is it in view options? No, it's not. You can see that stuttering. Well, the flashing in the menus. That seems to be mainly where we're getting it. So doesn't bother me too bad. Let's quit out of here. I wanted to increase the road bumps. I did forget to do that. And then we'll go right back in. That was just a practice session. Options, controls, force feedback. Because maybe it said road bumps at 100%. All right, here we go. Here we go. As soon as you started, it froze. Really? See, here's the thing though. We're not streaming from the gaming computer. We're streaming from the computer with the GoPro. So it shouldn't have any bearing on it. And let me see. I'm going to watch the stream back here just for a second. And I want to see if this happens on my end as well. Because we have a green light all the way around. Yeah, I'm not seeing that on my side at all. I'm not getting any sort of lag at all on my side. What I can do, I'll just lower it now. MB, no lag. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting any lag on my side either. I think it just might be... Maybe my bit rate's just a little bit too high for, you know, some areas of YouTube. We lowered it just a touch. So hopefully that clears up some of the issues here. Because like I said, we're not streaming from the gaming computer. So when we start a race or anything like that, that shouldn't really create an issue. I don't know if audio is creating the issue. But it's really just it's always on that computer as far as the audio patch through. All right.
Green light, show them what you got.
The one thing we do have to practice is the pit entry. I want this AMG to pass me. I want to practice chasing him. There we go. Oh, he almost lost it himself. Oh, tires are too cold to make that. Good thing we're in a practice session. learn those nuances while we can. Ah, we're taking out a sign. Come on. We didn't do that during practice now. Just overdriving. Oh my gosh. It's almost like you can't drive it during this session at all. We got some cars coming up behind us. Looks like a Ferrari. Looks like the rear view mirrors have been cleaned up quite a bit too in this update. They look a lot better. I want this Ferrari to pass me. So this is Dash Meter Pro. You can get it on Android store. I can't make that turn as fast as the Ferrari is. We're just not braking hard enough, I don't think. Might actually... Let's go back to the pits. I think we're on the safe preset, and I think it's not really allowing us to rotate this car. Because I'm like understeering like crazy to try to keep up with them. I think if we use the aggressive preset, I think that's going to help us out big time. I don't think there's any controls in here for pit speed limit mapped at the moment. There's our... Let's see, let's go to the setup. So let's go to the aggressive preset. Let's give that a shot. I think that's really going to help us out, rotate this car around the turns. Apparently the game suffers in the force feedback at the moment. It's not the most immersive force feedback, but I do have some settings that I can tweak. We have our Accuforce wheel on foundation mode, so that kind of alleviates a lot of that issue. Oh, we got some guys in the dirt. So the car does feel a little bit more quick to respond. I gotta hit the brakes harder, I think. Not really making it around that. Woo! We almost lost that there. Good thing I set some practice sessions up. That was a little bit better. Thank you, bud. Ah, come on.
Well, how many personal fastest now?
I can really carry a lot more speed through that, but I'm being safe while we're learning it on this practice session. We only got a minute, 50 seconds left of this practice session. Alright, so that is getting better. We have gotten the approach a little bit smoother, the entry a little bit smoother. We're still off on the grass. We need to open up the entry into that turn a little bit, so we're not really whipping the car around. Really tight hairpin there. I think we're going to learn this circuit and we'll be competitive with it, but we just have, keyword there, a lot of learning to do for this car and this title. They really need to enable a way for us to delete the or block the steering wheel and the driver's arms. So this car, the Jaguar, definitely, without a doubt, aggressive preset at Zolder. It's almost necessitates it. Much better there. Okay, we got the blue flag. But we're in practice session, so that didn't work out the way I wanted to, but let's let this Audi let him by. Have I gone back to VR yet? I installed some of the drivers, but that's been pretty much it. So practice session is now over. 10:05 in the morning. We will go back to VR. I just want to continue testing this. And before, all right, there we go. All right, so practice session's over now. And before the full review of this panel comes out and my view of this aspect ratio on sim racing and simulators in general, before we do that, we're gonna do a bunch of VR-based content. So we're not done with streaming with VR. I always have my VR headset close by. This thing is, it's always nearby me, so that's never going anywhere. VR is always going to be a part of this channel. So, Paul Soker, most people seem to agree the Jag is a real handful compared to the other cars. Okay. You're going to say the same about the Jaguar, Gary Clark. So, how long I've been on? About 53 minutes, but you haven't missed much. We're just in Assetto Corsa Competizione. We just did free practice 1. We're going to qualify. We haven't even started the race yet, so you haven't missed much, buddy. We are testing out this Accuforce Pro V2 Pro with some settings we've gotten from the community, which is the nice thing about Sim Commander 4. You have community-based things you can download, setups you can download. So this should be free practice 2. 10 minutes. So if you guys are experiencing that this car is a real handful, then I don't feel half bad. Maybe there's some optimizations and issues they need to work on with this car. We've been keeping the car somewhat free of a spin. Somewhat. I have been sliding it around quite a bit though. But I do notice in the turns, we're not really able to keep up with the other cars, specifically like the AMG, like the Ferrari, like the Audi. They're simply just getting us. We're struggling, and a lot of that may be just our knowledge of Zolder. But the car, even on the aggressive preset, it's really failing to get around. I think once we actually start a race though and we're in traffic, we're around other cars, that's going to really make the difference. The sound of it, though, is just... I love the sound of this car. Oh. Ah, we finally spun it out. Kind of felt like that was about to happen. Let's let them on by. I want to follow some AI driving some traffic. Tires are a little hot. Oh, we didn't slow down. Nowhere near enough. Big drift. AI's at 90%. I think their aggressiveness is at 80. 80 or 85. Oh man. Oh man. The more and more I'm learning Zolder, the more and more I'm liking this car. This is very lively. Yeah, I found that with AI aggressiveness that high, they tend to... I was getting them running into me, literally, just no one else on the track, no one else by us as far as around us is concerned. And they would just slam right into me. We'll both go sliding off the track. So I lowered the aggressiveness down a little bit. You don't seem to take so many, I don't know, risks that you wouldn't see in iRacing. The iRacing to me is kind of like the benchmark of what I try to adjust AI to, of like what I would see people do. And I don't know, the aggressiveness setting too high. Maybe they have adjusted the AI a little bit. Maybe I can bump it back up, but I was getting like T-boned by them. Mid-corner, they were just coming right through the corner. Not even stopping. They were just aiming for me. It was crazy. It was way too much. I gotta find the brake marker before that corner, because we're not seeing where we need to start slowing down. I need a visual cue. We got 1 minute and 43 seconds left of this practice session.
Well done, mate. That's on fastest lap.
Way too wide. We need to cut it into the apex a little bit more. Oh, this race is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see how AI reacts to that section there. Oh, oh, oh. I can't believe we saved that. I'm going to blame that on the Accuforce. I think we did that save because of the Accuforce. I don't know. But overall, I gotta say this Prosimu rig is holding up really well. And I am, I mean, I'm not a huge guy. I'm 6 feet tall. I have a fear, and I want to feel the forces from the driver, the car. I do like a heavier wheel. And this rig has been holding up just fine. This rig has been handling it like a boss, man. No problems. Ah, we're in the dirt. That second chicane is just... We need to really just run that chicane over and over again. You almost hit my car with that flag. Alright. Session's over. Good save. The direct drive saves the day. Oh no! The pedal cam is falling off. Might just disable that darn camera until we get some double-sided tape to hold it down. We've changed the placement of the pedal cam. How do you feel the new wheel? How do I like the new wheel? So far I'm really liking it. So far we are really liking it. When it's powered on, like I was saying before, when it's powered on, there's a slight little... It's hard to say. It's not like notchy. But you could almost feel the resistance of the motor. Like, so you feel like you're turning an electrical device. It's not perfectly, like, hydraulic smooth. Perfectly. But it's much smoother than any other belt-driven wheel I've ever tried. Or owned. So here we go. We're going to be going into qualifying session 1. Monitor or VR? For live streaming and hanging out with you guys, monitor. For total immersion and fear factor, especially in dirt rally, VR. So hopefully that helps you out there. There's gonna be videos on it though. I just have to work on them. So we got 5 minutes of qualifying in this session 1. Just 5 minutes of qualifying. So we are testing VSync, or adaptive sync I should say, with NVIDIA's newest drivers on our FreeSync panel. Not VSync, it's FreeSync, or adaptive sync. But yeah, we are testing how it works. And so far with the CHG90, it's not an approved monitor. I don't think it'll ever be approved because we are getting some flickering. Not enough to force me not to use it because there's definitely a difference when you're using it versus not. I turn it on and off. Turn it on and off while in a race. Well, while in a practice session, I should say. And there's hands down a difference. Like right now, we're hitting 70 frames per second in that turn there. 72, 73. We have every graphical setting pretty much cranked on this. And it feels buttery smooth. The menus and the loading screens, though, it flickers. And in the monitor, you have different versions or different settings of AMD FreeSync. You have standard engine, you have ultimate engine, and it only seems to work on the ultimate engine. Which is, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if it adjusts colors or if you're limited as to what options you can adjust in ultimate, but I think it works pretty darn well, considering we didn't have support before. I'm appreciative of the level that it works. Let's put it that way. But I'm sure FreeSync with an AMD card is a much, much better experience. Went out too aggressively there. I thought we would be able to keep it on the track, but I was wrong. There we go. We kept it on track that time. So far, we're qualifying 9th. Got pushed to 11th. Go, 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 go! There we go. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. Basically standing on the brake there to try to stop in time. Got pushed to 12th. Much cleaner that sector there. Why am I shouting? Headphones.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
All right, so I'm not exactly sure. Let's see, I'm not exactly sure where we qualified there. Hopefully we qualified pretty good. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. Did we qualify second? I think we did. I think we qualified second there. That would be freaking phenomenal. Slipstream. Oh. We got some artifacting next session. Let's see if it's gonna be there we go. That was weird. But this is an early access title, so I don't know. So now we're gonna be going into qualifying two. And let's see. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I lowered my voice a little bit. Sometimes, I get excited. I just get excited.
Green light. Go.
All right, here we go. Lowered the voice a little bit. Increased the car's volume a little bit. Trying to read chat and the Accuforce effect. Yep. Cold tires. I don't think I've ever qualified in this title that high. So especially Zolder is not. The reason why we haven't raced here too much is we don't really race in racing series that come here too often. So, like in iRacing. So we weren't really informed of what line to take on this track. And we're still not, we still have some practice that we need, without a doubt. So, if we really did qualify second, that's amazing. Early apex. It's hard to see that A-pillar is just so big. We way too wide and we stopped way too much. We still have a lot of confidence that we need a pickup in this title. I mean, in this track and car combination. I notice I'm over braking certain sections.
Well done, mate. That's the best.
There we go. Almost lost it a little bit there. Session is over. I don't know if it's going to allow us to go one more time around. All right, let's see where we qualified now. I really do like their price to performance ratio. It looks like on that one we qualified much further down. This time it looks like 14th on that one. So second and then 14th. So these are going to be two very different racing sessions, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect. What monitor is it, Lee? This is the Samsung CHG90, 49-inch 32:9 monitor. But there's going to be a review on it. I'm still testing the heck out of it. It's a lot more things that we need to do here regarding this monitor. Why does it sound like there's a windshield wiper on? Hey, you guys heard that? It was definitely a windshield wiper on. All right, so let's enter the first race. We got a half hour. Let's see, and let's make sure we are still on the aggressive preset because this car requires it. Oh, no, we're on the safe preset. No. We want to be on the aggressive preset. Let's make sure that that actually stuck. Let's start the race. All right, so this is the one where we qualified second.
Okay, the race is about to start. Hold your position until the green flag. Watch out in the first corner. Green light, go, go, go.
Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Green flag. Kind of pulling in this Lamborghini Huracan here. Definitely check your steps before the start of the race. I don't know if you guys saw that. It tried to put the hours back on safe instead of what we were qualifying and testing with. So you're going to want to make sure you check your setup each time. I don't even know if we qualified with the aggressive preset we were practicing with. But, I mean, it feels the same right now. So we're at Zola right now. Currently second place right behind this Lamborghini Huracan GT3. I know he's not going to let me take this position very easily at all. Seems to be a lot more nimble than we are in this Jaguar. Slid that one in pretty aggressively. Standing on the brake. Feel my leg kind of tensing up really hard. I put the wow, I'm like blanking out because I'm focusing on the race. What is that pressure module called that measures force on the brake? Anyway, I put that all the way up as high as it would let me on the Fanatec V3 pedals that we have. Load cell, load cell. I put the load cell all the way up. So we're really having to stand on this brake hard, give it some real force to get this car to stop. Nothing happened to it. We are now with the Sim Experience Accuforce. We still have it. It's right behind me actually, on a table. As I said earlier, I really wanted to applaud Fanatec on their software, because when you run the shifter and the pedals and the handbrake independent of the wheelbase, I didn't have to download any new software. It was just, the software was just there from the install previously, and the setup process was super neat. Their properties page for each item is really nice. It was really easy to run them independently of the wheelbase. That was one thing I was kind of worried about. Still second place out of 21 cars total. Right on the bumper of this Lamborghini Huracan. I'll let him go. I'll let him go. That was a risky maneuver I took. I know it's just AI, and it really doesn't matter, but, you know, I'm kind of having fun chasing after somebody. Got 23 minutes left of this race session anyway. I kind of came across that turn on the inside, but then I drifted on the outside into his way, so he kind of hit me, I hit him, I don't know. Oh well. Felt that instantaneously through the wheel, our oversteering. Now I get the point of the direct drive wheel. Oh. I guess that was payback. Was that payback? I kind of feel like it was a little bit of payback. Is this AI map to seek revenge? I kind of feel like it is. Let's see if now he hits me from behind. Come on.
Yellow flag, be careful.
I'm the one you gotta be careful of. It took a few weeks to get it. Okay, we're currently 8th now. Darn it, we still got 21 minutes left of the race session. Tires are cooked. Couldn't make that braking zone, couldn't make that turn. Can't even put power down without the tires trying to get out from under me. So now we're 9th. Oh, that stinks. We still have a lot of time, though, to correct this. Got an overtake right ahead of us of the Lamborghini Huracan with the Audi R8 LMS. I don't know if that's actually if that is the LMS Ultra or not.
Well done, mate. That's all fastest lap.
Dirt getting kicked up as this Huracan is passing both Audis now. I'm trying to find room here.
The pit is now open.
Yep. We're not going to go in now. We'll go in next lap. Feel the tires starting to let loose. All right, so we're gonna now enter the pits. There we go. There we go.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Memes for Curry? Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Audio Power, how you doing, buddy? Lucas. I'm gonna double side tape that thing down. "13 minutes left of the race session. We're sitting around, looks like third. Foundation. So this is foundation mode. I'm not using foundation for everything. This was a preset on the Sim Commander 4 community tab. So that was recommended to me to use with this title. So we're trying it. So far I really like it. Really wide. I didn't brake soon enough. We kind of... So we're still currently 4th place. Well, now we're 4th place, I should say. Kind of going way too wide on those turns. On the initial turn on the chicanes, we're kind of coming way out, way too wide. We need to cut it in, set up the entry a little bit better. Difficulty of the AI is at 90%. Got 8 minutes left. I want to be in the top 3.
Those are the best.
Come on. Come on. I think we have enough. I don't know if this is a lap car in front of us or an actual place car. That's the thing. But I think it's I think it might be a place car ahead of us. Oh my gosh! What a save that was. My sloppy corner exit, we went on the grass a little bit. The left rear tire kind of caused us to fishtail a little bit. Just a little bit. We were able to sense it happening early on and we caught it. There we go. That was much better through that sector. Honestly, I haven't really looked into the multiplayer yet because I figured the multiplayer still would have issues. So I'm gonna really get down and dig into this title once they go live with the 1.0 with the full version. So we're standing on the brake there. Five minutes left. They are rewriting it. Okay.
Oh no, mate, the fastest lap so far.
Four minutes, 33 seconds. Can we get third place? Can we get third place? That is a question I want to know the answer to. Flat on the throttle through that sector. I think we were actually pretty good there. This might be one of our faster lap times. Go, go, go.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
That wasn't smooth. That's not going to get us where we need to go. There we go. Two minutes, so I think we should get another lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
I'm pushing hard. This should be it. Nowhere to really pass on the outside there. Oh, we got him. Third place. Oh, we got one more lap. Okay.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Come on! I am sweating just from... trying to catch these guys. That wasn't that great. I'm trying my best to push as hard as I can. Get my place back. We started this race second place. Trying to at least get that back. Well, here we go. Smoke trails are out. Smoke's out. Not enough. Not enough. Well, we're in the top three, so that's awesome.
P3, we're on the podium. Excellent job, mate. Well managed all the way through.
Alrighty. I'll take P3. P3 is awesome. We would definitely take P3. I'm floored. I really am. That's actually saying 12th. What the heck? It's saying 12th. On the corner it said that we finished 4th. I mean, we finished 3rd. And he even said at the end, P3, P3. So I don't know if that's accounting for qualifying session 2. I don't know. I do not know. But it did say P3 when we finished. So multiplayer, they did say on the roadmap that this one was supposed to get a big update. I think it said advanced multiplayer on their roadmap. So it did say that. I do remember seeing that. Whew. Ray Rainville, how you doing? Probably a bug, more than likely. This thing did happen on the last major update that we had, where it told you the wrong position, and then it also, the other bug that was happening, and this is towards the beginning of their early access, was at the end of the race session, the first race session, it would just freeze and it wouldn't allow you to continue on. You couldn't get through the menus or anything like that. I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried that. Wapax Photography, how's it going? The wheel is doing really good. I'm really enjoying it. And let's make sure our setup is still the aggressive setup. And look at this. It went back to the safe preset. So you want to check that each session you go into. So this one here, we're going to be starting 14th. You can see here in the corner, that's where we are, 14th. It's not updating on the dash for whatever reason.
And remember that our target is P10, position 10.
Our target is P1, position 1. I don't know where he's getting 10 from.
Green light, go, go, go.
So we already moved up to 12th. Spun out by the AI. He was behind me and he hit me. Well, let's see if we could get above 10th place now. That stinks. But we got 28 minutes to fight with. We'll make the best of it. Can't even keep the car on the track now. Gotta have that left rear tire cool down. Am I excited about my direct drive wheel? Without a doubt. Just been a lot of reading, a lot of learning. So we already had simvibe, so I didn't really have to learn the user interface all that much. It was pretty easy to learn as far as the user interface is concerned, but we're still fine-tuning. Woo! That was close. We almost went right around on that one. That AI definitely screwed us up in the beginning. Messed up our tires big time. I don't think this race is going to be as good of a result as last one.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best. Well done, mate. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Now that my tires feel normal, it's time to put a hurting on these guys. Front left tire is starting to get a little warm.
Well done, mate. Good lap.
Sorry I'm not talking as much. I'm really focusing. We only got 22 minutes left. We got to get past these guys. Got it. Has to happen. Did third place last race. Let's see what we can do this one.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Hello everyone. You all have my positions. Darn it. We messed up that corner entry. Lost some time there. Getting hit by the Audi. Come on. What the heck was that? It's like they have no spatial awareness on this track. And we were past them by that point. Accuforce is performing amazingly compared to the 2.5. There's some things that I want to still learn and adjust to see at what level can we get it to. We're not going to go right into pits. We're going to do second lap. Oh no! Oh no, we cut that corner. That was pretty bad, but we didn't gain any positions or anything like that, so just gonna roll with it. We do have flags and rules on, so I don't know. Left front must be dirty. Gonna go on the pits on this one. You can see they're waiting. What the heck? The whole car just got tossed.
We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to
Did
go.
you guys see that? It should be. It should be the latest hotfix. What the heck is going on there? Oh my god. The air hose is coming through the car.
Let's go.
That was my fault. My fault. Kind of came out right against that Lambo. I think it was a Lambo. Yeah, this race is not as good as the last one. Last one we finished third. This one here, getting some weird bugs. And we got spun out right in the beginning of the race. It says we're back to 15th. Up, and now it's stuttering like crazy. Oh, we're getting some really bad stutters. Come on. What the heck? Come on, Assetto Corsa, you can do it. That was weird. Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. Got a lot of guys coming back on track.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Ah, we're in the grass, darn it. swung the rear really far out on that one. Oh yeah, iRacing 24 Hours of Daytona just, I think, is about to start soon, or if not already. Ferrari pushed his way in on that one. Come on. 6 minutes left. I need to get around both of these guys. Close the door on him. Try to come up on the inside. See if we can get around this AMG. Nice, we got him. We got him. H1TZD says a little bit confused by that. They changed the upcoming NSX to GTR. Were they having licensing issues, or? I just wonder, oh, okay, they'll release it just later. Kind of wonder if it's licensing issues or if just they have separate teams working on each car. The GTR was just ready where they were still having bugs with the NSX. Very possible. Could be either one. Starting to dig into my forehead a little bit. Sure, I'm going to have an indentation on my forehead for the next few hours. Fireworks are going off, it looks like. 20 seconds left of this race session.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Looks like we're currently 9th place in this one. So we finished 3rd in the last one, 9th in this one. Braked way too late. So this session here, if you just joined again, we got spun out on lap 1. We were gridding 14th. We qualified 14th, I should say. And spun out right on the opening lap when we were like... when we were, I want to say like 11th, 12th, P12, P11, around there. Alright, and there we go.
The race is over. Good job, mate. You're on target. Now make it back home safely.
P9. Not horrible. So we brought it back quite a bit, but I kind of knew that at that point the lead wasn't really going to be, you know, realistic for us. So let's see. We did get a weird bug where it was telling us, look at that stuttering. Woo! Ah, I don't know why we're getting some weird stutters too. So it's saying 12th on both of them. So obviously it's a bug because it's putting us right in the middle on both races. The end of race 1, we finished 3rd. End of race 2, we finished 9th, and it's saying 12 on both. So, all right. So they're having a bug there, and also a graphical bug where, woo, oh man, that was painful. That stuttering was very painful. Oh man, but it's awesome. I really do like the Jaguar. I think it's a really nice addition to Assetto Corsa Competizione. I just can't wait for them to get the bug fixes out. My right eye is actually kind of hurting a little bit from that stutter. How am I liking the Accuforce? Am I not using my Fanatec rim on it? We plan on, I do have my McLaren GT3 rim at all times right next to us. So this is the McLaren GT3 that we normally use for these style races. We are going to, or I am going to get a conversion kit, just not yet. It's a little bit expensive. I think the conversion kit for America with shipping and everything is like $200, $250, and then you have to get the, I don't know if that actually, I don't think it comes with a quick release. Then you have to get the quick release on top, which is like another $100. So it's potentially pretty expensive, depending on who you go with for your conversion kit. So we're going to be doing that later on. But yes, we are definitely going to do that because I love my McLaren GT3 wheel. But there's also other options too that we can consider. We could just go a completely different route altogether, get rid of the McLaren GT3 rim, and we could just go a completely different route. As far as my hair is probably all crazy looking from the wearing the GoPro, but we could go a completely different route, get like a Mobo wheel or an aftermarket F1 wheel, put the button box on it, get another button box, get another quick release, and run that instead. We have options. We have options. So you know, I'm definitely looking at all options. I really enjoy this McLaren GT3 wheel. I really do. I think it looks really slick. I like the buttons on it. And the conversion kits really do a good job with just emulating that you have a Fanatec wheel attached. So you could use it just fine and all the buttons work just fine for the most part. So I don't know which way we're going to go. I still have to do a little bit more research on what way we may go. But yes, as usual, we do have a lot of videos that we're planning on coming out with. We do have the CHG90 full review that is going to be coming out soon because I feel like we've kind of raced enough. We have enough time with it. And now that NVIDIA, I was waiting for the NVIDIA FreeSync support to see how it runs with it. Now that we have that, we have a little bit more of an idea, a full idea of this panel as it sits right now in the market. But also that's going to be a good video if you're just considering 32:9 monitors in general for racing, because there's a lot more 32:9 monitors coming out that were announced at CES. But higher resolution. Frame rate's about the same. Some of them are a lower frame rate. This is a 144 hertz panel, and a lot of them are FreeSync. So very similar. So I just want to bring the idea of what we are thinking as far as mainly, this monitor, but also aspect ratio for sim racing. And I hope you guys enjoy that. We're going to make a lot of comparisons to VR because I know that's what a lot of you guys also care about as well, and as well as we do too. This is all about immersive experiences in sim racing. So we're gonna make that comparison between the two. So definitely check out that. And we just got our Accuforce up and running. There's a few things I want to kind of figure out. I definitely have to learn it. But this video, there's gonna be a few videos coming out on this as far as like Sim Commander, setting it up, our setup, as well as I gotta say it works really well with the Prosimu cockpit. I've had it all the way up and did like almost like 100% force feedback challenge. I just had it all the way up just to experience the overall strength of this monster, and this cockpit handled it just fine. So if you do have a Prosimu cockpit, you have no issues. You do have in the whole wheel mounting solution, there's an arm that comes up that's adjustable in and out. The whole arm, the whole everything with the shifter mounter can move in and out. So it's not a like sturdy hard mount. It has a few bolts that go into the rig that this mounts to, and then if you undo them, the whole thing can slide forward and back. So in that mounting, you do have a little bit of motion that, I mean, it's slight. You do have a little bit where you could kind of shake the arm a little bit, just a hair back and forth, because it's not welded into the rest of the frame. And that's really most of the motion that I can see. But when we're racing, I don't notice any shaking or anything like that within the rig. So, you know, I know a lot of you guys are Prosimu guys and you're kind of waiting on that. It handles it just fine. So I'm not concerned about that at all. And I think you guys would definitely use, definitely could use the Sim Experience Accuforce V2 on your Prosimu without a problem. Let's look at some of these here. Yeah, you've seen some funny punts of ACC's AI racing in Reddit. Yeah, the first race was actually pretty good. The second race, we got knocked out right in the very beginning. They're waiting for data from the manufacturer. Okay, interesting. Okay. H1TZZ says his name is actually Hits. Okay, all right, gotcha. Hits. Use Fanatec wheels on your Accuforce, John Berg. Okay, all right. Let's see here. And the 24 Hours Daytona has already... Fabiano Lima, did you get top split? I'm kind of curious if you did or not. I'm going to definitely check out your race. So the AI is getting bold and doing more random actions. Yes, and that is another thing too. The AI in Assetto Corsa Competizione, they do a lot more with each other, and they do a lot of bold things with you. Just sometimes they do things that don't make sense. And even in a race, when you're racing against people, you see that happen. You definitely see people do that sort of thing, like punch you from behind and stuff like that. But with AI, it's a little bit more like unacceptable because it's AI. You don't really accept AI to do a thing like that. You accept you expect AI to have more logic and racecraft built into it, where they wouldn't just nail you. So it gets more frustrating with AI. When you're racing other people, it's just as frustrating, but you're like, you know what? That's what an open server is like. But when it's against AI, it's a little bit more frustrating because you're expecting more from them. Let's see, some more here. Nina Husky 51, thank you so much. Definitely rewind. We've been streaming for a while. We did 2 practice sessions, 2 qualifying, and 2 races, 2 half-hour races. So when we post this video, definitely check it out there as well. If you want to see how the races were, they were pretty action-packed. They were pretty eventful. But as usual, I'm Crash, this is RT Motorsports. I just want to say thank you so much. We've been growing actually pretty rapidly now, and I'm really excited how 2019 is coming. We do have a lot of videos planned as well. So definitely subscribe, share. If you have any questions regarding any products or reviews, definitely write to me. We do have a Discord that's live now. I'm going to post that in the description once this video goes live. And you could get to me there, or you could write a comment, and I try my best to reply to all of you. A lot of you guys probably know that I try to reply as fast as I can to a lot of your comments or questions that you may have. We do have a lot of reviews on this channel. I know we've been doing a heck of a lot of live streams, but that's mainly because I like hanging out with you guys. And a lot of like-minded people in here. You guys help out a lot too with our setups here. So that's why I like to do live streams, and I think that's not going to go away. But we do have a lot of videos that we worked hard on this channel. So if you can, definitely go back, check some of them out. We have grown a lot over the years. So but now we're starting to actually pick up traction. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I don't know if you guys are sharing or what, but it's absolutely phenomenal. We are going to get some live multiplayer races going. That was the main point of getting that Discord going. So if you want any information regarding when that actually will happen, you're going to want to join now early on before we actually start rolling with that as well. So everyone, again, I'm Crash. This is RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. This is an exciting time, If you want to see that Accuforce video, also subscribe, hit that reminder bell because we post a lot in the community tab. So everyone, have a great weekend. Good luck to everyone that's in the Daytona 24 hours. Fabiano Lima, he's actually in the 24-hour race. And I know a lot of our close friends like, Billy Strange, I think may be in it. Sean Cole from the Sin Pit is definitely in it. I don't know if Dan DiMaggio is in it. I have no idea if he's actually joined in it. But a lot of our close friends are actually in it. So definitely watch those live streams once they start going live. Unfortunately, I will not be in it. Why do I got a seatbelt? You're not going to hit the screen. Oh, I do want to address this real quick. Joe Turner. So we have a motion rig. We have a 3 Degrees of Freedom motion rig. One thing that a lot of people do in motion rigs is they have belts. And the reason why, and I used to make fun of people that wore belts in their motion rig too. So I'm like, what are they going to do? Get flung out of their window? No. The reason why is because as the rig is moving, you don't realize you're doing it, but you kind of ride it like a bull. You end up keeping your head and your shoulders straight with the monitor, and you kind of let your lower body do all the motion and ride in the seat. You end up not really feeling or noticing a lot of the telemetry of the vehicle. If you wear belts and you lock yourself into the rig, you end up experiencing it on your whole body a lot more, and you end up riding it like a bull where you just keep your head and your shoulders straight while the car is moving around. You end up feeling a lot more of the telemetry of the car, and it's a lot more immersive that way, especially in VR. So that's why we wear belts. But everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you all next time. Again, hit that reminder bell. We do a lot of random live streams. See you all.